I asked that question, though. I don't think we got an answer. Also,
You know, that the morph ball part applies just as much to the original game, but with Justin Bailey. I always forget about the word search.
everybody should start finding their words now. Like, incredibly useless use of memory. I'm now part of the minimap. So yes, there's a word search in there. I did check. All those words are in there. I had to confirm just in case. I was hoping you'd put one in that was not anywhere in there, just to mess with people. But for now, we should go over here. We basically have all the upgrades other than Varia and Wave Beam. And they are spread across the two, I guess, boss areas. Also, the flashy orange things hurt you, so try not to run into them. Wow, okay, enemy. And hiding up here is a thing. Hiding right above the Rogue Dawn team room. You've got the flashy laser light show. Oh, wait, get up there. And get an energy tank out of that. How many energy tanks are in here? Is there 8 in total, or did you add
There's 6, and then 1 redundant.
Oh, 1 redundant.
Yeah.
Okay. I know where the redundant one is. It has issues. So, this is the jungle, which is amazing, and people should stop complaining about it.
There was a couple spots in here I kind of widened it up some. Places where it was hard to jump. There's a lot of little changes that I've made after watching some streams, watching people play it.
Here's the Metroid for this area. Right at the start, in the suspicious spot. So,
Dopey missed.
yes, I just want to point out,
it.
Dopey bombed here, went right by this without seeing the Metroid up there.
Oh, really?
He can sniff out missiles, but he can't see faces in anything. And that's a Kraid Crab.
Yeah, right down there, there's a spot where you can go in the wall.
Oh, I'll try not to do that.
Yeah, it's right by the tree. There's a bit of a delay here in the video and us.
Right.
But, yeah. And what it is the slope tiles have certain properties to them that can cause the player to go into them. So, and a lot of the level design was modified after the slopes were implemented, after Snarfblam got them all set up. So there were some spots I had to try to weed out after modifying the tiles to, you know, prevent those problems. That's why there's still a couple in there, but I think I've pretty much got all of them.
Right. So this is actually the thing. Oh my goodness. If I can do this, this is not an easy... This part is easy, I'm just being bad here. This is literally free. I can't do free moves. Oh my goodness. There we go. Now comes the actual hard jump. So you can get up through this. Ow, well, and somehow I got on my spin jump. There is one tile up here, and I don't know how well that'd work because you warp through this later. And this is a ridiculous jump. But it is possible. I have done it all of 2 times. Oh my goodness. You can...
So
I know your name is not Samus, but you can jump. There we go. So, also, this is the nice palette update. These are the severely underused waterfalls, which look amazing.
Well, originally there was going to be a waterfall area in the jungle. It was going to go from the bug hive to a waterfall area, but we decided to go with the Chozo ruins instead. But I had the animation, so I wanted to squeeze it in there somewhere.
It is a good animation.
It is a very good animation. So, you get a face up here.
That's not a face.
This is definitely a face. You've
There's
got
no
the
face
teeth.
there, man. Come on.
That is a face. This is the other end of a warp. I wish this warped back the other way, because in the speedrun, because you know what's up here. I won't spoil it for the viewers, but you know what's up here. There's a thing, which if you could just go down the elevator and come straight here and get there, it would mean you'd have to move your face somewhere, but... I actually never saw that face before. Did you just add that in the release version, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you had mentioned that there was nothing up there, so there you go.
Oh. Well, okay. It's not.
That's your face, MSC.
That's. It's not a
That's
mask.
what it looks like if a Shy Guy takes the mask off.
It's very face-like. Oh, right. I don't normally go this way. Sure. So, up here is a thing. If you actually go up here. It's pretty important to come up here for stuff. And we get more Kraid Crabs. Just thankfully that did not warp me into a floor. I got warped off screen by destroying a Kraid Crab once, and I don't know how it happened.
There's actually a bombable tile next to it on the left. I took that out. I don't know why that was there.
Oh. But yes, this one has a little wall above it. Which is a good thing to find because this is your Vario suit. Which is a very nice thing to have. Even though it... Does it just like give her taller boots? Or the ability to breathe underwater properly? So, okay, I guess I'll show this off. Here you get a little preview of an energy tank. So that's a thing.
That's one thing I tried to do with the level design is I tried to hide some items in plain sight.
That's
and then try to figure out how to get them.
That is always good.
It's kind of a common theme.
Down here is the pumpkin monster, which is amazing. Snarf, this is definitely a face, just so you know.
That is obviously a face.
So you get a pumpkin monster, which drops you off in this weird room, and if you go back...
The reason I put the pumpkin head there, skull thing there, is I want something... I don't know why you got another ledge. I actually fixed that problem right there after you bombed it there, but anyway, I put it there because I wanted something that was very obvious that they had returned to the same location.
Well,
because of the warping. That was the whole idea behind it. But, and I did a lot of things to the level design here to try to make this warping puzzle work. But the problem is that people when they
are
go
bad.
through the top and they end up in that kind of hub area at the bottom, they keep trying to go back in where they just came out.
Yes.
And that was a big confusion. People weren't going back up to the top to the 5 different entry points.
Yeah. So here's the entry point to the maze. It's this section here, the bug hive. Basically, you can get through these wider nests.
So it pretty much works the same now, but it doesn't have the warping. So there's no confusion anymore.
Yeah. And you can go through and explore the bug hive. There's a couple of items in here, I believe.
Just one.
Oh, just one. And this drops us off on this room, which is right outside Pumpkin Monster. Also, this is a hand. Look at this. It's a hand, and it's holding a chicken nugget or something. It's a really old one. Also, look at that. That's a Chozo bird face. It's got the beak top, the giant bird eye, the lower beak. That is a Chozo bird.
And you're gonna have to put together a face gallery so everyone can comment on it about how they're not faces.
They are definitely faces. So I'm going to ignore that bug maze for now because I want to collect this energy tank. This is normally how I would do this. I just skip the bug maze and do it this way. But there's a face at the end of the bug maze, so I have to show that off. So, yeah. Technically, you're not supposed to go this way, but I just want the energy tank. I believe there's missiles through some of those hallways. Oh, that's the one I wanted.
There is a subtle clue as to which entry point to use in the hive. If you look at there's some grass inside. I'm sure most people wouldn't notice it, but one of the entries has brown grass and one of the entries has green grass below it.
He means this thing. There's green grass right there. And there's a missile hiding out there, which is a thing. And there's a face. Look at that face. It's even got monster teeth.
That looks like a face.
Can confirm, even Snarf thinks it's a face.
Got eyes and a nose and teeth.
So
All these things I pointed out have had these features, Snarf.
that's definitely a face by design. There's
Oh,
a little
yes.
bug on top of it.
There's the blue ball area.
That area right there got a little bit of rework too because it's really difficult to jump in there.
It is
So it's a lot
actually.
easier to get around in there now.
Oops, bombs.
Still has
please.
blue balls, right?
It still has blue balls.
Okay. It's a very interesting little... Oh, good grief. Jumping is hard in this. It like comes out of nowhere. It's just like, oh, random blue balls hanging around. What was the thought behind just throwing random tiles in there?
I was trying to have some variation in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
I like
really,
it.
like I said before, there's only so many tiles you have to work with, so you have to get very creative in how you use them to make a hack that's actually, has some sort of variation in it in Metroid.
Yeah. Do you use these tiles anywhere else? These blue ones? Like with this, I guess
no.
they're these rocks. I guess it's just the
And
palette.
like
I guess.
where you just took out the crab, Kraid. That black area in the bottom, I reworked that so that looks a lot nicer. So there's a lot of stuff, and some of these areas here too, where it's kind of uneven footing. I flattened it out a little bit in a few spots. So there's a lot of improvements in the new update. It should be a lot better for people when they play it.
Except for removing the warp map mazes.
Yeah, those are gone too.
That's not an improvement.
Yeah, some people had opinions about those.
Yeah, I mean that was the biggest complaint and it was really the warping aspect of it that was really the most confusing part. But I mean the Chozo runes, that's gonna stay the way it is.
Right.
I'm not changing that one. That took a lot of work to get that set up, and I think it's pretty awesome personally. So
It is. So there's like brown mud floating around down beneath. I liked that. You can't really ever do anything with it. It's just there in like this room.
No, but it's subtle and it makes it look cool.
it's kind of like a swamp area.
Yeah. See, Grimlock's way better at subtlety than I am. Mine is bright, flashy rainbow palettes, and
I'm surprised you even know the word.
I've heard of it. I don't know what it means.
There's a spot in the wall right there you can get into. I already fixed that as well.
Oh, okay, good. So here we have
I got
the...
about a 10-second delay, so I'm not really.
Yeah,
already in the
it's
rain
fine.
range.
Yeah, I'm in the Chozo Ruins area, which has got rain and splashy water. I like the rain effect. Oh, and those flowers are actually thorns, so don't touch them. Yes, but you got a lot of neat little effects going on here. And this weird looking thing, I don't know what this is supposed to be, but it's a health refill. Thankfully there's no dead person right next to it. And we're just gonna get that missile that way instead of doing it the proper way.
That's how I get it too.
There's no
I'm
point to
assuming you
going
did the
that
wall
way.
jump and use the
Yes.
wall. I mean, I go the other way too, but you know.
You're supposed to go up top of this shaft and do it from there, but... Yeah, just falling down there brings you back here. This is a wonderful section Dopey spent like 15 hours in.
Yeah, that was a thing.
And again, this is a pretty simple area, really. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. I mean, I guess it can be confusing, disorienting.
It's small and short. It's just like it's gonna confuse you the first time or whatever, but
Yeah.
after that it's like whatever. It's a really small area. But basically just doing all this stuff and oh well, got gamered. Or whatever that thing is. So coming back up there, we are back at the statue. It's like, You went through a door to get back. This is one of the things I liked about this hack, was all the mazes and stuff that warped you everywhere. And if you fall down here, you're back at the refill. It's a pretty great area.
What are you just making a point of going through every warp?
Well, you know, I wanted to show Dopey everything he did 500 times.
Make him sit through it too?
But yeah, basically you're just supposed to go down here. And then you get into this area. It's got the neat little effect where the opening in the ceiling, the rain's falling down through. There's a lot more detail put into this than most Super Metroid hacks. With twice as many bits and a lot more space.
Bits don't matter.
I mean, 8's all you need, right?
It's all anyone needs.
Could use some more memory though.
Yeah.
So you could go right there, but don't do that. That's a bad idea. And this is my favorite room. Because you just keep falling. It's like, oh, you've rescind.